Hi, you're here with Herbert Sweet for Days from the Good Old Bajan Cooking Group. Today I'm going to show you the Barbados way of preparing black beans and rice, and also some stovetop lamb with Irish potatoes. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Good Old Bajan Cooking Group. There you will find recipes that is easy and very simple. You can try anything. All the ingredients are there that you can find anywhere in any country. You can find them, and I know that you would enjoy them. All those who are Bajans and live in a foreign and have their children, their grandchildren who would like to learn, come join Good Old Bajan Cooking Group. Subscribe to the website there. You can subscribe also here to the YouTube channel as we bring you good old Bajan cooking recipes that you will find enjoyable. Today we are going to do the black beans and rice and also some stovetop lamb. The lamb is very easy. You don't have to place it in the oven. So when you come home and you're so tired and you feel like eating some lamb, you can do it on top of the stove. You don't have to barbecue it in the oven, but you can do it on the stove. And I'm going to show you some simple steps on how you can do it. Nice and easy. I'm preparing my stovetop lamb. I'm not doing it in the oven. I'm doing it on the stove. So I have seasoned my lamb. I have not taken off the edges of the lamb because I need as much oil that I can get right here, because I have not added oil to my pan. So I'm adding my lamb. I have to do this set by set, so my pan can only hold 3 pieces, so I'll need 3 pieces at a time, and then I would add all back in to the pan as I am ready. But I just need a little caramel flavor going on here, so I need to get it a little dark on each side, that when I'm ready to put all of my spices onto it, it will come out how I want it to. As you see here for my rice, I have prepared my salt meat. I'm doing salt meat today. So I have added some pigtails to my pot. And then let me show you my nice pigtails. I have added my nice pigtails to my pot. So I will have to let this cook. And you can see the steam coming out of this pot. So I'm going to let that cook before I add my peas. I cannot add my peas while this is cooking because I need as much salt out of this pigtail as possible. So I've added my onions and my chives to this pot. And while I'm doing this, cooking this pigtail, I'm doing my lamb, as you know. So here, you see, I get in the color that I need on my lamb. Please do not let it burn. As you do this, please don't let it burn. Keep turning it. Keep turning it till you get your color. As you see, the oil in the pan will make it get the color that you want. You just need a coloring over this, because remember, I'm going to let this cook, but I just need it to be caramel on each side. So as my flavor is going there, you can hear it. You can hear it as it do it work and send the flavoring through the meat. Please do not let your lamb burn. Keep tossing and turning till you get that brown caramel flavor and those juices of the fat. With the all-purpose season. As you know, I just use all-purpose season. I don't use any other spices to my pot. My seasoning, my onion, my garlic is all-purpose seasoning, and I will just add my fresh chives and what I need else to this pot. So here, I think that these have been brown enough, so I will show you what else I will do with them. In my pan, I add a little water because I want to keep that flavor. And then I will place back the meat. into the pan. So I adding back my lamb into the pan. I'm adding the lamb back to the pan. So as I add my lamb back to this pan, this is what I'm going to do. Here I have some homemade sauce, which is a kind of barbecue sauce, but is you add your ketchup, you add your soy sauce, you add some grated garlic and grated onion to it, and then you add a few tablespoons of sugar, as much as you want, how sweet you need your sauce. But here I had add 4 tablespoons of sauce, so I'm going to pour it on top. I'm not going to use all right now because I'm going to use it in stages. So I just pour it on top and spread it on top of the lamb. And you do it with every piece of lamb that you about to cook. The flavor on top of there will go on the flavor at the bottom, so I won't glaze the bottom. But then I will pour some more at the top. And I will leave this balance. This is for my finishing. I will leave the balance for the finishing. So here I have what I need. I have lowered the stove, so I'm going to turn it back up. I'm going to turn it back up while I do this, and I'm going to let it stay here in the low water and let it cook. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to let it cook. So you need to cover it and let it cook. It doesn't need anything else right now. After I would add my chives and stuff to it, but right now we don't need it right now. I will show you what else I do to this stovetop lamb, because I'm going to add some Irish to it. And when you're doing your Irish, you're going to peel your Irish, clean them, slice them, and then you're going to add some all-purpose seasoning because we need the flavors to keep riding. So I added some all-flavor seasonings to my potatoes, so these will go on top of that lamb. So this lamb have to be cooked right now, and then I would add the potatoes, the sauce, whatever else. If I feel that I need more sauce to that, I would add the sauce. And I don't use a lot of gravy, so I don't really need a lot of gravy for my stovetop lamb. So I will just need this to cook now for a while, and as soon as it finished cook, I will show you how I'm going to place the potatoes, because the potatoes do not need a lot of cooking, because this is the thickness you're going to slice your potatoes. So these potatoes will not need a lot of cooking because the steam would actually cook these potatoes. So as soon as the lamb is finished, while my pigtails are being boiled away and getting ready to be place my rice and stuff, I will let that cook. And as I said, I need as much salt as possible from my pigtails. And this is a good Bajan cooking. I'm cooking Bajan way. So if my cooking doesn't seem, to you, this is good Bajan, old Bajan cooking. So I love my pigtails. So I have my pigtails in my Sunday rice. So this is what you will see, my pigtails in my rice. So we will continue our cooking. So when this is finished, I will add my potatoes. And your lamb, please just use, I just use all-purpose seasoning on my lamb, but you can use whatever you need to add. You add a little Bajan green seasoning to it, but I add my chives and my garlic and stuff after. And plus my all-purpose seasoning is a seasoning with garlic and onions, so I already add the flavor to the lamb. So while I am doing this, I will then proceed to show you when we're coming to the finishing how it is done. But I need my lamb to cook. You need your lamb to cook, please. I do not like, we Bajans don't like raw meat. We don't like our meat medium rare. We love our meat well cooked. So I need to have my lamb well cooked. As you see, it's there preparing. So when my lamb is well cooked, then I would finish my pot, and you will see when I go add my potatoes, because I'm not going to add the potatoes until this lamb is cooking. As you see, it's bubbling and the flavors are going up through the ones that are laid on top. That is still getting its flavor. So when I cover it, it will just steam and we would have our flavors there, and it will be like a barbecue. It will be like a barbecue lamb with potatoes just added on top. But this is not doing it. I'm not placing it in the oven. I'm just showing you how to do it on stove top. But if you're going to place it in your oven, you just put everything in your oven and you season it one time and you add everything one time, and then you cover it. And then when you need that brownness on top, you will just uncover and let the oven brown the top. But I have brown mines in the pan because I'm using a stove top. So this is the way we prepare our lamb or Sunday lamb. I don't know if everyone does, but this is how my mom prepares her meat when she was alive. And this is how I was taught, so I'm just demonstrating how it's done. I just love how this is caramelling and it's going down. You see, still having the flavors bubbling inside of it, and it's not too much water, but our meat is cooking. That's what we want in this stove top lamb. You don't have to always bake in the oven. You can do it on top of the stove. Just keep your stove at a low pace, not too low, but you need it at a low because you don't need the stuff to burn. So this is how far we get right now. It's almost cooked. So after this procedure right here, I'm going to add the potatoes. Now here is where I add my onions and my green season. I'm going to leave it right there, just on top of there. And I'm going to cover it and I'm going to let it cook. In 5 minutes I would add my potatoes. Folks, this is where I add my potatoes on top of my stove top lamb. This is enough liquid in here that will help my potatoes to cook. So we're going to add the potatoes. We're adding the potatoes. Doesn't matter how you put your potatoes, just want the potatoes at the top. As I said, I'm not going to add no more sauce, no more water, nothing to this. Because this will give me just what I want. So here I go, I add my potatoes. It's enough liquid in there for my potatoes to steam. So this is my stove top lamb. You will see the finishing touch. Yes, now my potatoes are finished, and this is what my stove top lamb looks like. When it's go on the plate, you will see the finishing touch of the lamb, and you will see the color, the texture, everything you will see on the plate. Rice, I have added my chive and my rice. I have placed my rice in the pot because my pigtails are all finished, and as I said, I needed as much salt from there, so I will not add salt to this unless you taste it and it needs salt. So I wouldn't add salt to this. I add all-purpose seasoning. So I added a teaspoonful of all-purpose seasoning, and I add a little oil to keep my rice moist. So I add a little oil. So after this finish, I would add my peas. As I said, I'm doing black beans, but my black beans is canned black beans, and I use canned black beans. I have not used the package, I use the can, so you don't need to add the beans to this as yet. I don't need all the blackness in the water right now, so I will just add the peas, the cooked canned peas to this. So when this rice is almost finished, I will show you where I add my peas. Now at this stage is where I would add my black beans. This is where I add my black beans, and I will just give them a stir, and then continue to cook my rice. So my rice is almost finished. So there's where I add my black beans. Now guys, our rice is finished, and you see our black beans, and you will see the lovely pigtails that are in here. So our rice is now finished. Our rice is now finished. So this is our rice, nice and bouncy. The grains are not hard, but it's still fluffy and nice. Now you will see our plating in a while. Folks, this is your plating of black bean rice and your nice stove-top lamb. And you see you have your potatoes. Your lamb still have that nice gloss that you would have if you have put it in the oven. And you have your black beans, you have your okras, you have your Christophine, and you have your plantain, and you have your squash. So you have squash, plantain, Christophine, the okras, you have your Irish, and you have your nice piece of lamb on your plate. And this is a nice Sunday lunch. You don't need all the macaroni pie and all that. Once you have your nice plating, your nice plate of food, that's what you want, bursting with flavor. The whole picture of the pigtails, everything. There's a wider range of the meat, and you see you have the lovely lamb chopped there. The stove-top lamb. So this is a bigger plating that I have made to show you how we Bajans eat on Sunday. We love a lot of food on our plate, and we love our pigtails. So thank you for watching my channel once again. Come join us at Facebook, Good Old Bajan Cooking Group.